All right. What's up, travelers? It's enlightenment. Back to incitement. You all. I thought that was funny earlier today. That's what I said. I was like, what are you even talking about, dog? But it's like, who knows, man? Who literally knows? But I've been gone a while. And I actually already made this video. This is a funny thing. I actually already made this video, but I cannot find like the second half to the video. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna have to remake this video. But this video is about my 4-gram Shroom trip, which is actually funny because actually later on today I'm getting more shrooms, and I'm gonna actually also make another video while I'm on shrooms, just talking about the things I'm experiencing, what I'm going through. But this is my 4-gram trip, and what I have to say about it, and you know what I feel like I learned and what it taught me, and yeah, like I said, the lesson that I learned from it. All right, so getting like right into it. So when I got my shrooms, I was like, well, when I was thinking about getting my shrooms, I was like, you know what, let's go up a gram, because I always take 3 grams and I love every trip I've ever had. But I was like, yeah, we're gonna go up a gram, and that's what I did. And you know, that whole trip, from what I can remember, that I was holding on the entire time. I was literally holding on the entire time. But yeah, so I got my shrooms, and normally when I get shrooms, I'm able to just eat my shrooms, like just eat them like they're like fries or something like that. But for some reason, it's like I couldn't like swallow them. Like they didn't taste right in my mouth, and I was just like, fudge. Like, so then I put them in my hamburger. I had got cookout, and I put them in my hamburger, and I was like, ooh, Shroom burger. So that's what I did. Yeah, I got my smiley pierced, but one of my balls missing. So that's that metal thing that you see in my mouth, because I turned it all the way so that it wouldn't come out, even though I should just go get the ball. But you know, that's a different story, right? Either way, so I put them in my burger, and sometimes when you get shrooms, sometimes when you eat shrooms, like most of the time it takes 30 minutes to like 45 minutes to kick in, at least for me. And at least what I've read, that's what it says. And for me, that's theoretically true, right? So I was eating them, and I was like, I'm not feeling anything. It was like 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes into it, and I'm like, I don't feel anything. Like, I don't, like, what's up? What's tea, right? And so I was just like, I know my friends, my former friends, they were gonna come over. We're gonna call them A and B, because that's the first letter of both of their names, A and B, which I think is so cool, because cool, right? So I texted A. I was like, I just took my shrooms, not really like feeling it right now. I'm probably just gonna head to sleep, but just text me when you're here, because she was supposed to come over, and I'll come and let you in, right? So like, if I still had our messages, I would be able to tell you the exact like point, but I'm gonna give you a estimate. So I took these shrooms probably around 9ish, right? 9ish. Or maybe it was like, maybe like 9:30ish, around that time. I texted this girl maybe around like 10:08, 10:09. I was like, hey, I'm not really feeling the shrooms. I'm gonna go lay down. You just hit me up when you get here, right? I'm pretty sure I went to sleep for 5 minutes. I woke up and I looked around my room, and I was like, oh, I am tripping. I am tripping out. I'm literally tripping, dog. And I texted her, I was like, so I lied. The shrooms have hit. I'm currently tripping right now, right? And she's like, that. I'm coming over. So, you know, I don't really, well, I can't describe it. I have this Rick and Morty poster, and it's actually something I do every time I trip. It's really funny for some reason. I have this Rick and Morty poster, and it's them going through like one of their portals. And every time like I trip, I always look at a portal, because that's how I know I'm tripping. First of all, that portal starts moving like it is actual portal. That's one of the things. And I have popcorn ceiling. and it like moves in a circular motion, and that's also how I know like my trip is begun. I have stepped onto the cruise ship, and it's now sailing to an unknown land, right? So I was like, okay, we're tripping. This is lit. This is so cool, right? So she comes over, and she brings her girlfriend, which is B, right? So A and B are now here. So see your way out of it. Y'all remember when y'all used to say that when y'all were younger, like when y'all were kids? This is an A and B conversation. So see your way out of it. Yeah, anyway. I don't know if I used to really say that a lot, but maybe I did because I just mentioned it. But regardless. So A and B come over. And we chilling. And I'm just chilling for real right now. Like it was just vibes. It was really just vibes, right? So then they're like, hey, we're gonna go smoke. And I think like as I was getting off my bed, like something in my stomach like was like, whoo. And I was like, oh, because this is new. I don't normally feel this when I be tripping on like 3 grams of shrooms. I was like, oh shit. Whoa. So we get outside, right? And on my porch, there's like 3 trees in front of me. And I talk to those trees all the time. Like we be having whole conversations for really deals whenever I smoke and go out on the balcony and stuff. And she passes me the blunt. I take 1 hit, and something, I think it was my subconscious. Excuse me. It was like, don't smoke no fucking more. And I was like, I'm listening. I'm picking up what you're literally putting down, right? I'm picking it up, right? And I look at the trees, and normally when I look at like trees, I feel like, well, just nature in general, I always feel this motherly sense of nature. But when I was looking at the trees, it was a very masculine figure, like a very masculine energy that was coming from them. And it wasn't necessarily like a fatherly figure, energy. It was just masculine, like maybe a grandfather. Like, I know like either way they're a father, but a grandfather in me, like for me, you know what I mean? And I was looking at these trees, and I was like literally tripping. Like I was tripping, bro. I was actually really tripping at this point. Actually, I skipped some things. It's been a really long time since I like had that trip, and it's been a really long time since I really thought about this trip. So, you know, it's not gonna be as juicy as it would have been if I had not lost the footage that I actually had. But regardless, I'm actually really tripping right now. And the trees are like looking at me, and you like, at least when I trip on shrooms, like I'm really open. Like I feel like I see and I feel entities that I normally wouldn't see or feel if I wasn't on shrooms. And so I felt like really judged, because I know that I'm an imperfect person, and I know some of the things that I have done were not the best decisions, and they did not benefit me, and it didn't benefit the people around me. And so even though they weren't judging me, because of like the shame that I have as a human and the embarrassment that I feel as a human, I felt like really judged, and it was a very overwhelming feeling. Like, and I know that they were just talking to me and just existing in my wavelength, or me existing in their wavelength and things like that. But I felt really judged. But that was solely because of my own shame and my own guilt that I feel with myself. So I was just projecting that onto those trees. They weren't doing anything but fucking existing, right? Cool. So I tell like A and B, I'm like, hey, yo, like, I'm not really feeling this right now. Like, can we go back inside? And we get back inside, we get back inside, and I sit on my bed, and I don't know where they were sitting. For the life of me, I cannot remember. I think A was sitting on the floor and B was sitting in my chair. But regardless, yeah, we came back inside, and I think they started watching like something, but I was not paying attention to that. I was in outer space, literally. I don't even fucking know where I was. Anyway, but also every time I trip, especially because I be tripping in my room. I love tripping in my room for some reason. It feels as though if I look out the window or open my door, it's like I'm gonna be floating in space. That's what it feels like. And it feels like the room gets smaller, and instead of the room existing inside of this apartment building and on Earth, it's like No, it's just like a portal. Like you open the door and you go into my room, and that's my room. But if you look outside of my room, like like outside of the four walls of my room, it's just gonna be space and time, like just existing. Like it's gonna be nighttime and there's gonna be stars in the sky and just different things gonna be floating by. That's what it feels like for me. And it does feel like the room gets smaller. Not like, oh, I'm claustrophobic, just smaller in a sense that it's just like this is a small piece of the grand scheme of life, in a sense. That's what it is, right? So I'm sitting on the bed, and they're in their own world, and literally so am I. And I don't really remember when I looked up at the ceiling, but I looked up at the ceiling, and instead of like my popcorn ceiling like being like a circular pattern, it's like vibrating. Like it's literally vibrating, like literally like this. It's really vibrating. And I'm just like, oh fuck. Like I've never experienced this. Like I don't really experience vibrations like and shit like this. So this is wild and styling right now. Like I was like, oh fuck, this is a whole nother level of high right now that I'm feeling, right? And I start looking at my hands. I love looking at my hands when I'm on shrooms. They're so fascinating to me. And I feel like they're their own entity, because it be seeing like, it feels like they're moving all by themselves. And then maybe they are moving all by themselves, or maybe it's just like my muscles just doing whatever they're doing, regardless, right? I start looking at my hands, and I tell A, I think some spit just flew out because I saw another corner of my eye. Anyways, I tell A, I was like, hey, yo, like my hands look like roots. And I feel like if I stick my hand in some soil, I become a tree. Like, and you could not tell me otherwise. Like you could not convince me that they didn't look like roots. You could not, like I was looking at my hands like back and front. I'm like, bro, these are literally roots. And if I stick my hand into like the soil, I'm gonna become a tree. I'm gonna get all this like information and intelligence. Like I'm gonna be a tree, right? And they, they're really cool people. So they're just like, yeah. Like they don't make me ever feel weird when I say things like that, when I speak the truth, because the truth is all that there is. They don't make me feel weird. Like they're just like, okay, cool. And then I think later on I like had started crying. And they're just like, do you need anything? And I was like, nah, I think I just have a lot of repressed feelings that I don't even know about, and I just needed to let it out. And it was like bawling, crying. Like it was like my face is wet, like a warthog's back spine wet. Like it was just wet, man. And cause I was crying, bro. And it felt so good to release that energy. Like it felt so good. So fast forward, they leave. I'm actually not even at the end of my trip. Also, something to take in consideration, if you trip at night, make sure that you have taken a nap. Make sure that you are well rested, because just because you're tired does not mean the trip is going to stop tripping, bruh. That's all I got to say with that. I don't know why I did what I did, but I did what I did. Anyway, so they leave. And now I want to go to sleep because I'm literally exhausted. I was tired when I ate the shrooms, and I'm still tired as I am shrooming, right? Cool. So I go in the bathroom and I like wash my hands and stuff, and I'm just looking at myself in the mirror and shit. A lot of people will tell you don't look in the mirror when you do shrooms. Personally, I don't agree with that. Look in the mirror, because I have another shroom trip that I have to talk about, and that one, that's graphic. I was looking in that fucking mirror, most definitely. Anyways, but I was looking in the mirror myself, and I turned off my lights, right? Because I'm literally about to go to sleep, and my blue lights are on. And I opened the door in my to like the living room, because the way my room is set up, like it's a hallway, and then I'm the last one on the hallway, right? So I'm looking out into like that, and it's dark as fuck. Like me and the dark, we just staring at each other at this point. And I open the door, and I'm just looking, and I'm just like, because I am afraid of the dark. I won't say so now, not anymore. Maybe when I watch a horror movie. I love horror movies. When I watch horror movies, yeah, I might be a little like hesitant, like, ooh, gotta check my 6 and my 4s. But regardless, I'm not like, it's not gonna kill me anyway. Well, that was before this trip, at least, right? And I was looking in the dark, and I was just like, There's nothing scary about the dark. The only thing that you're scared of is what you project into the dark. You're scared of what you will see, what your mind will conjure up and make into reality. And I was just like, I have no reason to be scared of the dark. And I was just staring into the darkness, like, and I was staring into the abyss, and the abyss was staring into me. And I was just like, bro, like, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. And then I have a mirror on my wall over here. That mirror, when I be tripping. Anyways, different story. I was looking in the mirror. And whenever I do shrooms, when I look at myself, I find myself way more attractive than when I do when I'm not on shrooms. But I was looking at myself and I was like, girl, you are so fucking attractive. Like, I'm so attracted to you. And I could not stop looking at myself. I was just like, I was like touching my face and shit. I was like, I love the way my eyes look. I love how big they are right now. Like, I love the way my hands look. I love how I'm touching myself. Like, it was so intimate. It was such an intimate connection that I was having with myself. I was really enamored with what I was seeing in the mirror. And I was like, whoa, like, you're so pretty. You're so attractive. Right? So now I'm just like, wow, I'm still tripping. Like, the trip is not going anywhere. And so, but I was like, but I'm exhausted. So I went to bed. And that's when everything really, I feel like, was a real little shaker, right? So, like I said, if you're tired, go to sleep before you take shrooms. Because the trip is not going to stop tripping. Cool. Right? So I lay down and I'm trying to sleep. And you can come in.
Is it your therapist?
No, it's my YouTube channel. What's that? What you need?
The biscuits are ready?
Yeah? I'm down.
The biscuits are ready.
Oh, you're telling me they're ready. Okay, I got you. Give me like 5 minutes. Okay. So now I'm tired and I want to lay down. And as I lay down and I close my eyes, I don't really remember what I was seeing, but I definitely remember what I was feeling. It was like, and this is wow, and this is so crazy. So, like, whatever entity that was in my space, whatever that entity was, it was so like old, even though time isn't even fucking real. It was so ancient and so intelligent and knowledgeable. Like, it was giving me information in a way that who I am right now in this physical being could not conceptualize. I could not understand it, but I knew it was information. And I can't even explain what the information was. Like, it was like the entity was the information, but it was also the entity. Like, it was everything all at once. I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to describe for Lee Dills, but like, I was laying in bed and I was like, hey, yo, like, I know that you're trying to give me all this information, like, and I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate it, but like, I'm tired. Like, I need to sleep. And I can't sleep with you keep projecting this information that I asked for, right? But the entity was so ancient and so old that it didn't understand why me as a human would ever need sleep. It could not, it was so like vast that it couldn't fathom something as mundane as sleeping. Like, that's what it really was. And I was just like, it, like, the entity, the thing that like I pictured in my brain, it was like a blanket, like a cloud, like a, you know, those blanket like the clouds that look like blankets. Like, I don't know what those clouds are actually called, but everybody knows them as those look like the blanket clouds, right? That's what the entity looked like. And it was just like, it was so crazy. And it was just so wild because I was getting all this information. And of course, me being in this physical world and in this physical body, I could not decipher what it was telling me. But it was giving me what I asked for, right? Because, you know, subconsciously, I know. I mean, we only use like 4% of our brain. So subconsciously, I knew what I had asked for. And I knew that I was getting what I had asked for, right? So I was just, that went on for like a good another hour. Now it's actually 3 in the morning. Actually, I was tripping for 6 hours. I was tripping for 6 hours actually. But either way, and I probably left out some parts. I got really bad memory anyway. But yeah, I finally eventually went to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, I realized the lesson that I learned from that Shroom Trip is no matter how, like, literally, there's this word that I'm looking for. It's like redundant. Oh, I got you. No matter how stagnant your life gets, you do not know everything. Because I do have a tendency to think when I'm kind of at like a halt that I have learned everything that I need to learn, even though at my ripe age of 21, I don't know why I would ever think that, but that is something that I think about, right? So either way, I realized that no matter how stagnant life gets, I do not know it all. And that trip is really what taught me that, because I have never experienced vibrations on my ceiling. I have never experienced a whole entity giving me information that I cannot even understand. I cannot even like break down, because like it's not even a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's a sixth sense thing. Like that's really what it was. And that's what I realized. And I really appreciate my Shroom trips, all of them. Like I said, I'm about to go have one, and I'm so excited to go do that other Shroom trip. Like I'm so excited to take that today and make another video about what I'm experiencing, things like that. But yeah, I just think that was some wild stuff. I learned a lot. A lot of the things that I learned, I do not remember. But like I said, if it exists, it's always existed. So even though I'm not in the right wavelength to see what I have learned, I have learned it, and it exists within me regardless. Same way trauma exists within your body. Like that book, The Body Keeps the Score. Same way it exists. Just because it may not be something you can physically see does not mean that it's not there. So like I said, that information will always be with me. I always knew the information. It's just about tapping into the right frequencies. That's how I feel. That's my belief system. But yeah, I really, that trip actually made me sit down for a couple of days and really like be like, okay, so what's tea? What's up? I also have another Shroom trip that I'm gonna probably talk about. Probably not today, probably won't be today, but definitely. And I think my favorite part about this video right now is I already know that I don't have any parts to edit, except maybe when that entity came into my room and asked me those questions and the biscuits being ready. I might have to edit that out, but I also might keep it because I'm one of those people, I don't like editing. It's not something I care to do. It's not something I like doing. Yeah, but yeah, so that was my 4-gram Shroom trip. I loved it. I enjoyed every part of it, for real. Like that shit, that was it. That was the it, girl, for really those. So but thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this journey that I took you on. I definitely hope that you stick around for more videos. I'll try and be more active this semester. I have a lot of goals that I've made for myself that I actually want to follow through on. And LOL. I'm gonna get those things done, and I'm gonna be more active on this. Hi. You think I can open this if you can't open it? Oh god, wait, hold it. I gotta take my rings off. Hee. Oh my. Didn't even need help. I took my ring off for no reason at this point. But yes, like I said, y'all take it easy out there. Remember, like, life is what you make it. I promise you, what Joe Blow said to you yesterday should never shake what you want to do with your life. Live for yourself, because you only get this life once. You only get the one that you're experiencing right now once. And don't take life too seriously. That's also something. I don't take life seriously actually at all. I actually laugh at all my experiences, the bad and the good, because at this point in my life, I don't have time to sit here and be sad over things. I mean, I will experience my sadness when it comes and when I need to, but I don't have time to sit there and put energy and effort into things that actually really don't matter. So, like I said, also I want to show you, like, I put gold around my lock, protecting it. I thought that was cool. I used to wear silver. Well, I still kind of wear silver. I got silver in this one. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'll wear silver now, just to remind myself where my ancestors came from and the things my ancestors been through, and how they switched our gold for silver shackles. And I'm never gonna forget slavery ever. Never will forget that. And I just feel like this is always just a reminder that we came from tragedy, but that's not all we are. At least my ancestors, me being a Black American. Anyway, but even though theoretically race is an illusion, that's a whole different topic. Anyway, I will see all of you guys later. Good luck on your travels, travelers, and have an amazing adventure, amazing life.